Good morning, everybody, or middle of the day. I've been watching the C-SPAN and the Senate give their speeches and their points of view and their opinions of all the debates on all these laws they're trying to pass. And I tell you, it's more than I can handle. I had to get out. I had to leave. I can't watch it. It infuriates me so much. And you listen to a Republican speak, and he's talking about common sense and reality and makes sense. And then you hear every Democrat, well, even a Republican will say we need to do something and give some good points, but he'll also have two sides. And on a Democrat person, representative, there's only one side, and that's take everything away. Take everything away. Besides Manchin. But I don't know about him. I'm not too, it's hard to trust. I don't know. But every Democrat, liberal, has an emotional speech to try to tug on people's emotions and their heartstrings. That is the most dangerous thing. When you start messing with emotions and running on emotions, and all sense of reality is gone of the real world versus emotions, that's very, very dangerous. Very dangerous. You cannot do that. You cannot operate this way. But that is where they're driven, because they know that gets the most results. I could spit reality to one of those kind of people, but if I turn it over emotional, then they would understand it, or maybe they would. I don't know what would happen. It just makes me angry. Emotions are not common sense. They're not. Emotions are feelings. Emotions are not reality. Emotions, in most cases, hold a blind eye to some truth that's over here. So you can't see it because you're emotional about it. Whatever it may be. It could be love, something you want. Emotions drive that to get to your goal. And then when you get that goal on emotions, reality sets in. Oh man, I should have thought about that a little bit more. It happens all the time. You can put emotions into anything. Man, I need to get I want some rims for my truck. That's emotions. I gotta have them. I got to have them. I got to have these rims. I have to have them. You're running on emotions, and then you get them, and then man, I don't think I should have got those. Then the reality sets in after you get what you want, and you're like, man, I really didn't need those rims. I just wanted them, and they really don't give me no more attention than I thought I was going to get. It was a feeling inside that thought you had to have them. That's emotions. That is what these people are running on, is emotions. Emotions don't do anything but get you in trouble. Trouble. Heated argument. Emotions. Leads to another. One thing leads to another. Next thing you know, you're whooping somebody's butt over emotions. Leads to bad things. And then after the emotions are over, man, I shouldn't have done that. You got to separate reality from emotions. Facts versus emotions. And when you're listening to these speeches, you have to set and rightly divide what is emotional and what is truth and what is facts. That is the key to all these arguments. If you do not do that, you will get sucked into the drama and the emotional part of it. And it will cause your mind to... And then after the fact that these bills or whatever gets passed, then you're going to be pissed. And the people that did not read these bills, probably, and these things are going to still happen, they're going to be upset and want more and more and more. It never ends. I don't have the answers to everything. I just know a few things that from personal experience. And when you put them, I can put those certain things to anything else and kind of come up with from my own personal view. It's my opinion, and you may disagree with me, but I think I'm right. You know? And I'm not a cold-hearted bastard either. I understand. I really, it's saddening that these tragedies happen with an inanimate object that is a gun. That's in that drawer. And it is not going to hurt anybody until it gets in somebody's hand. It is not the guns. It is not the magazines. It is the person who picks that gun up. It's whatever's inside them or up here. And when you get emotions and craziness up here, you're going to have bad effects. And an evil heart, that's going to be devastating effects with that inanimate object. I love little kids. They're the little people. They're little people. They're wonderful little people. I wouldn't wish that upon anybody. But our government kills little kids in other countries with drone attacks. I mean, that's just as devastating as a crazy person killing little kids in a school. It's no different. They're little kids too. Whatever color they may be or religion they may be. It's wrong. And they're doing it in the name of right. And that, sir, and ladies and gentlemen, is dangerous. Anyway. These congressmen and women most of them are so far out of reality because they don't even live in a real world. Some of them do. Some of them are from the real world. Some of them have never even probably had to have any hardships or live around crappy neighborhoods or do any kind of service in the military or anything like that and witness tragedies and terrible things. And when they see things like this happen, they just can't understand it. Because they don't understand the heart of people. There is good and there is bad. The core of a person determines what their actions are going to be in all walks of life. And nobody is perfect. Everybody makes mistakes. But we have laws set up for people with good hearts who, in the core value and morals, they're not going to cross those lines. And then you have another type of person that doesn't have morals or core values, but is inherently evil inside. And I feel sorry for that person. I would hope that they could change that, but they can't. Some of them can't and don't. And that's another side of that. You put that weapon in the hands of those two individuals. One's gonna use it wisely and respectfully. The other's gonna, he doesn't care what he's gonna do with it, he or she. So this is ultimately a step. It's nanny state. States taking care of the people because people choose not to take care of themselves. And it frustrates me. It really does. But anyway, I wish more people would wake up and quit being so lazy. Do some research, do some learning. Educate yourself before you get an opinion. Know what right and wrong is. I'm not going to go into the whole, the government, the right to keep and bear arms is from a tyrannical government. It's a fact. Our forefathers put that in there specifically for that because they came from that. And they didn't want to go back there. That is what our government is becoming, is tyrannical police states. And that is scary. Especially for law-abiding citizens who aren't doing anything. Who want to conceal carry to protect themselves and their friends and neighbors and their property. And they have to feel bad about that. That they're going to get profiled as a patriot or a terrorist. They're flipping the scripts, man. If you don't see that, the government's flipping the script. They're liars. How many people out there trust the liar? When you have proven facts that our president is a liar and has lied and lied, and most people up there have lied and lied, and yet people still trust those people up there. A lot of us don't. But if your neighbor had lied like that to you, you wouldn't trust that person. You would be doing everything in your power to let everybody know that your neighbor is a liar and a piece of crap. He did you wrong. It is no different. It is no different. But here the government is trying to make it where you can't even talk about them bad. Freedom of speech. If that Second Amendment goes, you won't have that opportunity to express your grievances. I'm telling y'all, folks, you got to wake up. You got to look at these things that are going on. You got to get involved. If you know what's going on, you can tell your friends. You can tell other people. And they may look at you crazy. But once you see it, it's very simple. It's a no-brainer. It's the people who are delusional who don't. That could never happen. That could never happen. It can. It can. It can. Because their core heart up there, most of them, is conflicted with lies and power and evil. You got to see that. You got to look. You got to look through it. You got to see past that person and what they're telling you, coming out of their mouth versus their actions. I've had to learn these the hard way, but I'm glad I have, because I can sure see it. And my whole deal, government, you got to treat it like a relationship. We are in a relationship with the government, and they're in a relationship with us, and they are doing us wrong. The people that are minding their own business and doing what they have to do and not harming other people, they are making us the bad guys. And it's an atrocity. It's sad. Anyways, that's my thoughts this for today. I had to get out of the gun debates and whatnot. All I ask people to think about it, take some time and do some research. Look what's going on. Look what's going on. It's not going to hurt you. It's not going to hinder you. It'll probably help you. You got to divide it. Emotions and the reality. You got to split them away and get to the center of the meat and the message. What is this law or this deal taking away from me personally? Is it constitutional? Is it not? What rights? If you care about those things, but if you don't, then you just, oh, I don't have time for that. I just can't get into that. I don't feel like getting I've had a hard day at work. Well, so have I, but I still have to get into that. Like I said, I was watching that this morning. I had to get out of there. I can't listen to these people because they contradict themselves by saying we don't want to take your guns away, and then they say, and then none of these bills are going to infringe on the Second Amendment rights, and then they say in the same speech a little bit later, we feel that these weapons don't need to be in the hands of people. You just made an idiot of yourself in your speech. You don't make any sense. You're talking in circles. You're talking in circles. That is a sign of a liar. That's from my experience in the real world. Talking in circles. Contradiction of speech. Foolery. Tomfoolery. They're lying. Their goal is to take away your guns. That's how I see it. They're just not going to come out. They can't come out and directly say it. Like Dianne Feinstein. She wants to take it. Mr. and Miss America, turn all your guns in. She's a communist. She is a red communist. And most of her constituents on her party are. But they're not as vocal about it because they want to keep their seats in office. And that is the truth. Anyways, talk to y'all later. Have a good day. Keep your heads up. Do some research. Learn a little bit. Learn a little more. Spread the good word. When you're on the right side, man, and you know you're right, I'm telling you, it's empowering. It's knowledge you can't even. I can't even explain it. I just see it. And I'm not engulfed in all the world's American Idols and Kardashians and MTV. I'm not engulfed in all that. I'm not brainwashed in all that. It's trash to me. It's something to take your mind and focus. It's brainwashing. It really is. It's fantasy land. I'm not into that. And I'm glad I'm not, because I think that's a part of the problem of why people don't see these things going on, because they're not living in a reality. The reality is I go to work and come home and do this and do that and just go to bed and watch this show and have a little bit of enjoyment for the evening. And I do understand that. But anyway, if you want to do that, that's fine. I'm not judging you. I'm not telling you you're doing anything wrong. But you got to take some time and get into this and get away from that other crap, because it's doing nothing to help you. It's doing nothing to help your life. It really isn't. Matter of fact, that's when they're making you dumb down watching that trash on TV. It really is. It's trash because that's not reality. Maybe people wish their lives were that way. I don't. Oh man, I couldn't imagine all that trash, drama. They got money and I just. Anyway, get off of that. Have a good day. God bless everybody. Everybody. On both sides. I don't wish any ill will or harm to anyone. I really don't. I just wish people will wake up and understand what's going on in this world and get the reality out of it, not the emotions. Emotions will lead you wrong every time. Just about every time. Unless it's your pets or something like that, or your children, you know. I mean, when it comes to making the best decisions for your children, you try to use common sense and reality. Emotions have a lot to do with that. If your kid wants a toy every time they go to the store and you give them what they want every time, they're going to start feeling entitled. It's no different. Anyway, I could go on and on. I'm going to get off of here now. So have a good day. God bless.